You know, we get up every morning and the problems are new. The solutions we had yesterday don't work today. Can we have church outside, inside? Can we have children together? Can we not have children together? There's somebody chirping. No matter what decision you make, somebody disagrees. It feels like Exodus to me.
If we don't think we're essential, nobody else will. And if we don't prove that what we do on the weekend is essential to us, nobody else will think it's essential, you know? And so the wake-up call is exactly to our viewers what? What do you want them to take away from not only this broadcast, but even the last few minutes of what you said?
That's a great question, Matt. It's a question we've been talking about all year. And I think it begins with our personal approach to faith. You know, the primary criteria of God's people from Genesis to Revelation is that they listen to Him, that they hear His voice. Not that they listen to the pastor, or even, God forbid, they just only listen to TBN, but we listen to God. And I think we got caught. I think we got exposed. We weren't. You know, we knew to whom we belonged. We could label the denomination we belonged to, or our favorite pastors that we listened to, or whatever niche that we defined ourselves. You know, we talk about identity politics. Well, we played that in the Christian world just as much. I listen to these people and I don't listen to those people. And I think that the root of this is we've got to come back and begin to listen to God. We have to follow Him. And I'm not talking about hearing voices. You listen. The Bible talks about having a heart that hears. And it talks about having eyes that can see. You know, Hebrew is an old language, and when it says your ears, you don't hear with your ears, one place says your ears are fat. And I think we've had fat ears and dull hearts, and our eyes were opaque. And I think the invitation of 2020 is to get on our knees and say, God, this isn't about the immoral or the ungodly or the wicked or the politician that I don't agree with. I have not been as close to you as I needed to be.
There you go.
You know, I'm weary with the way we've handled 2 Chronicles 7. In my lifetime, I bet I've been in 100 services where we have repented.
Right.
You know, and I believe every verse in the Bible.
Sure.
But there's this casual nature that we walked in and go, oh God, I'm sorry. And we treat God, we deal with one another with more respect than that. And repentance isn't grounded in gross moral sin. If people that imagine themselves to be Christians are engaged in gross moral sin, they're deceived.
Yeah.
Most of us, the repentance we need of is that we're not walking as closely with God as we might. How do we bring alignment? You know, it says that Noah walked with God. Enoch walked with God until he walked so far he just wasn't anymore. That's my goal.
Yeah.
I want to get up in the morning and say, God, what would it look like to walk with you? And we put God in a box on the weekend for our 90-minute visit at the church. And we were pretty comfortable with that. And so I think the big message, the fundamental message is we want to listen. But once we've said that, then we begin to say, God, I've got to change. I had made fun of the Exodus generation most of my life. You know, that group of people that start as slaves in Egypt and they end up deciding not to go into the promised land. It's not hard to make fun of them. They grumble, they complain, they won't listen. I have repented publicly this year because once they crossed the Red Sea, they never had 2 days the same again. They'd never picked up manna off the ground before. They'd never seen a tabernacle. They'd never seen their leader go up a mountain and come back down with 10 commandments. Every day was new. Well, this year I have felt like that. You know, we get up every morning and the problems are new. The solutions we had yesterday don't work today. Can we have church outside, inside? Can we have children together? Can we not have children together? There's somebody chirping. No matter what decision you make, somebody disagrees. It feels like Exodus to me.
Yeah.
And so I've said, God, I'm sorry. I've never in all of my life gotten up every day and said, I want to follow you today like I have this year.
Wow.